Nevada's telephone unemployment insurance claim system.
The familiar and frustrating sounds of trying to get your unemployment claim resolved. Another familiar sound, promises things would get better, like this one in August.
We can't have calls to a call center person who doesn't have the ability to fix a claim. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of resources.
And this from September.
We should be able to get to folks on the first call through or get back to them in the same day.
Promises that still ring hollow for people like Diana Nelatescu. Her kitchen wall calendar is a collection of meticulous notes chronicling promises of progress and deadline dates from DETR, action that didn't happen and money that didn't come.
You know, I understand that they're flooded. I understand, but there needs to be a better way.
Diana's been waiting since May for the $18,000 she's been approved for. Like thousands of PUA claimants covered by the class action lawsuit before the Nevada Supreme Court, Diana's been fighting a no-win battle to prove who she is. She got one of the blanket denials detailed in the lawsuit, saying she was being investigated for one or more of the following reasons. The division was unable to authenticate your identity. Your claim was identified as being from a location outside of the United States or as being associated with suspicious activity.
There was like 3 different things that were so absurd, you know? And so that's when I'm like, okay, this is crazy, you know? First you send me a qualification letter and then you tell me everything's fine for months and months and months and tell me to keep waiting and then you send me that crazy letter.
Fed up, Diana called DETR and eventually got through.
So I said, I'm going to record the phone call to have proof going forward that, hey, this is what was said, yet you guys keep telling me this, you know, you're backtracking and telling me a total different story.
Listen in to her conversation with the DETR rep.
And then they're saying location outside of the United States. That's not true. I'm in Vegas. I did it from here. And it says suspicious activity. There's nothing suspicious that happened on my account.
She'd previously uploaded everything she had to confirm her identity.
So I provided all bank statements, tax returns, income, expense, back in front of ID, social security card.
The DETR rep asks about a third-party email from ID.me asking to confirm her identity, which Diana did not get as she already told another rep in a prior phone call.
What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to escalate your claim due to my supervisor.
Okay.
Because you do have all your documents uploaded.
It's almost like you hit the lottery when you get through to a person.
Yes.
But your recorded phone call shows even when you do, you're not getting someone that can help you.
No, and I'm just getting the same like Groundhog Day answer, like you're fine, everything's in great standing, you just have to wait this many days. And it's like every time like there's a new deadline that I have to wait for.
We took her concerns to DETR Director Elisa Cafferata.
When Alorica's contract was terminated, there was a lot of hope that things were going to get better and that people would be able not only to get through, but to get through to somebody who could be a one-stop shop and actually resolve their claim. The folks who are contacting us say none of that is happening, and in fact, it's even worse. What is going on with the phones?
Well, I think what is happening is that you are hearing from the people who are having a challenging time getting through.
Cafferata says claims examiners and adjudicators are answering phones, spending an average of 20 minutes on each call.
We're answering about between 40 to 70% of the calls every day. It just depends on which day of the week it is.
Of 41,000 attempted phone calls on just one day last week, she says about 1,500 got through. They're bringing in some Nevada Job Connect employees to help take calls starting this week.
The people that they've hired aren't doing the job they're supposed to do.
PUA claimant Kyle Mariani, who's waiting on
17,000 plus,
has little faith based on his experience.
I had spent over a month trying to get a hold of them on the phone after receiving my social security card, uploading it to their website.
And waiting 30 more days as instructed.
It had been 45 business days, no review, and I called.
Kyle says after 6 hours of calling and another hour on hold,
they would transfer you to a church or whatever.
I got through, and then it was some lady in the background discussing a hair appointment, a funeral.
Hello?
Me and my husband were both sitting there. Hello? Hello? you have somebody on the phone, hello, and they were just talking away in the background, like paying no attention.
That went on for nearly half an hour before someone realized the call was live and hung up without ever talking to Kyle.
How can we trust that they're prioritizing us and our issues and handling things when this kind of scenario happens? They're busy chatting amongst themselves as opposed to helping claimants.
There is a feature for some of the call centers that auto answers calls, and this is like many situations that we have, there's the trade-off.
It speeds up the response, but every once in a while, staffers don't realize the call has been answered.
We don't know if these folks were on a break or what, but we have heard of this case and one other.
She says of the more than 6,000 calls DETR answers each week, very few fall through the cracks.
And I apologize to those callers. It is very frustrating to try and get through and then not have the person who's answering the phone realize you've made it.
In addition to state employees, DETR has a $6 million taxpayer-funded contract with third-party call center Maximus. It only lasts through the end of this year, but the state is looking to extend it and other support contracts. Cafferata understands the focus on DETR's failures, but asks the public to keep perspective.
We've had over 600,000 people file initial unemployment claims in PUA, and over 600,000 people file initial unemployment claims in regular unemployment. That's over 1.2 million initial claims. We only have 1.5 million Nevadans in the Nevada workforce.
DETR has been processing between 250 and 300,000 continued claims each week since the pandemic began.
And we've put out over $7.6 billion in benefits to the state.
A positive, she acknowledges, is no consolation to claimants like Kyle.
I think the job they're doing is just horrible.
And Diana.
Something needs to be done because it's clearly not working.
We know you have many more questions about things like lost wages assistance, the PUA program expiring at the end of this year, the regular unemployment trust fund running out of money, the appeals backlog, and all kinds of things like that. We were able to ask DETR a lot more questions, and we have detailed answers for you in an extended version of this story on our website at ktnv.com. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.